Hello everyone, am I audible? Welcome to a new session. Just let me know if I'm audible. Today I'm going to cover the ultimate MCQ practice. And this is going to be really helpful because I'm going to give you a lot of questions. And this is going to be a real practice for your tomorrow's exam. Before I begin the session, just let me know if I'm audible. Okay, great. So I'm going to begin with the first question. Before I start the session, I request all of you to share this video as much as you can. Those who are new to the channel, I welcome all of you. I'm going to give you approximately 100 MCQs today. Are you all ready? Do you have the patience? Do you have the patience? Yes, I'm going to cover almost 100 MCQs today. Some answers will be shown, some answers I want from you so that you can fortify your preparations. Okay, yes, so let's begin the session. Please keep on responding because I'm looking for your reactions. Please keep on responding so that I feel motivated and I know all of you are gearing up for tomorrow's paper. Please keep on responding. I want some reactions from you, from all of you. And my voice is really audible. Clearly you can hear me, right, everyone? Okay, so yeah, let's begin. The first question. What does the robotic car symbolize in the pedestrian? Now here are the options. You can see I've already highlighted the correct answer. The advancement of technology, or it is the protection of people, protection and safety of people, or it is the power of individual rights in a futuristic society. So the answer is decay of human interactions. We move on to the next question. According to Robert Frost, the modern world is swept by. Which poem is this? A considerable speck. So the modern world is swept by. It is collectivism. As the poet says that I don't believe in collectivistic regimenting love. By the way, yesterday I had also done a session where I had covered the theme and tone of every poem. I'm sure most of you have already gone through that, right? The theme and tone of the poems and the prose was covered in yesterday's evening session. Morning, I had already covered important artists of Julius Caesar. So those who haven't watched it, please go ahead and watch it before tomorrow's exam. All right. Yes, correct. We move on to the next question. Select the options that show the correct relation between statement 1 and 2 in the poem, a considerable speck. So here is statement 1. The poem emphasizes using one's intelligence effectively. The poem criticizes people who fail to use their minds productively. So in this case, statement 1 and 2 are similar. Because if you see in the statement 2, we see that the poem is criticizing people, those who are not using their minds. And what is the poem asking in statement 1? That we should use our minds intelligently. So basically, both the statements are similar. Next question. What is the primary theme of Robert Frost's poem, A Considerable Speck? What is the primary theme? Is it the beauty of nature? Is it the insignificance of small things? Or is it the human tendency? You can already see the answer. So it is the human tendency to ignore tiny things. All right. So the fourth one, I hope all of you are clear. Fifth one, what is the reason for Leonard Met's arrest in The Pedestrian? He's walking on the sidewalk late at night. He's suspected of a crime he did not commit. He refuses to interact with the police, or he is wearing strange clothing in public. The first one, the reason why he is arrested, because he does something very different from what others are doing in the city. He's walking on the sidewalk late at night, and that's the reason he is arrested, right? Yes, excellent. Thank you for responding. Thank you for giving the answers. All of you should keep on writing the answers, and that is how you can, really practice. That's great that all of you are writing the options, even though the options are already highlighted, but I want everybody to write the options. And please share this video with your friends. Kindly share the link to everyone. Okay. Why not option B? What is there in option B? He's suspected of a crime. Which crime? He has not committed any crime. If you know the lesson, for that you have to go and listen to the explanation and read the lesson. He has not committed any crime. Okay. Next is, we move on to the next question. In The Pedestrian, what is the primary setting of the story? Is it a busy city street? Is it a quiet futuristic city with constant technology? A rural village with no technology? A school campus with many students? So of course it is a quiet futuristic city with constant technology, right? Yes. So yeah, the setting of the story, you may also get it in the RTC. What is the setting of the story? So the setting is a futuristic city, and a city which is completely absorbed in technology. All right, yeah. Next we move on. Where was King Francis while he was observing the lions? Was he in the lion pit? Was he in the court? Was he in the audience? Was he in a nearby castle? Now we are going to go by the poem, the way the poem is written. King Francis sat looking on his court, at his court. So we are going to go with the same word which is there in the poem. Answer is court. That is the key word. So we are going to say court. Okay. All right. We move on to the next question. Fifth one, I think I already cleared. It is not fifth answer. It is not B. Of course, there is no crime that he has committed. That means you need to go and prepare the lesson. I'm sure you are not very clear with pedestrian. Okay, what did Count de Lodge's lady drop into the lion pit? Very easy. Now you can expect a mixed bag. Some MCQs are going to be easy, straightforward. Some are going to be a little tricky and complex. So this is an easy one. If you know the poem, of course, it is the glove. This is what she had dropped. Now, what does the phrase "no love but vanity" imply about the lady's actions? She acted out of genuine love. She was trying to gain attention. She wanted to impress. She had no intentions. Her sole intention in dropping the glove was to get glory and attention. So B is the answer. Ninth one, how did the Count respond after recovering the glove? What did he do? He went really fast to pick up the glove when the lady, made a gesture. Like she just looked at him and smiled at him. She did not utter the word that, go and get my glove. But she just smiled at him. The man was very quick. He just jumped into the pit and he came back with the same speed. But then once he comes back, he throws it at her face. He insults her. He treats her with contempt. And that is the reason we are going to choose the B option. I hope all of you are clear with the B option. Okay. Yes. We move on to the next question. Yes, I know. I'm audible, right? Yes, thank you. Thank you for everyone, those who have joined. And yes, please keep on pouring. I want to see some emojis. Kindly drop your emojis so that, I feel a little motivated. Just give me 1 minute. There's a call. Yes. Okay. So here, the next question is, which characteristic trait of King Francis are mentioned? Which characteristic trait? Yes, I want the answer. I'm not going to give this answer to you. What answer would you write for the 10th option? What option you're going to write for the 10th one? Yes, B. Very good. The answer is B. I hope all of you are clear with this, right? Okay, great. We move on to the next question. So B is the answer. He was a kind and just king. Now let's move on to the 11th one. What do the lions symbolize in the poem? Is it love and affection, power and danger, wealth and nobility, and beauty and grace? Yes. Please tell me the 11th answer. Prabdeep Kaur is asking me, paper will be easy. Yes, of course, it is going to be easy. Easy will only happen if you know your content, right? I can assure you that something out of the box will not be given. The way you give your school exams, you have given your prelims, so the same pattern, the questions will be there. 11th one, is it the B answer? Yes, correct. Correct. All of you, very good. It's the B. The option is the B answer. Let's move on to the next one, 12th one. Which literary device is used in the phrase gave blows like beams? Yes, what would be the 12th answer? Gave blows like beams. Those who are clear with figures of speech, I am sure all of you know that it is going to be the B option. It's a simile. Why? Because you have the word like over here. Any comparison with the word like is a simile. And yesterday in the session, I had also discussed all the literary devices. So I would recommend all of you to listen to the explanation yesterday's session where I covered theme, tone, literary devices of every poem. You should not miss out that session. Who regained this place? Which line you are asking? Dharyashi. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. Which question you're asking? You can keep the doubts towards the end of the session. I will definitely cover that. Okay. All right, we move on to the next one. And those who have not subscribed to the channel till now, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe and support the channel. Okay. All right, we move on to the next question. What was the overall mood suggested by King Francis watching the spectacle? What was the overall mood? What was the overall mood for the 13th one? If you remember, what did King Francis say? That we are better here. Thank God that we are better here. So what does that mean? The 13th one. 13th one. Excitement and enthusiasm. Then why did King Francis say we are better here? Why did he say that we are better here? Excitement and enthusiasm. It is A. Very good. It is tension and fear. Why? Because he tells to his people, to his courtiers, to the princes and nobles who are sitting there, he said, thank God we are not there in the lion pit. That means it's what? It's a very fearful scenario. So the answer is A option. Nobody was enthusiastic about the lion fight. They were really scared the way the lions were fighting. And that is the reason the evidence is, he said, we are better here. Thank God that we are not there in the lion. Otherwise, it would have been a last day. We would have met with, of course, surely our death. Next, what does the lady hope to gain by dropping her glove? Of course, again, we know that it is her personal glory. Next, 15th one. What kind of poem is this narrative about King Francis primarily classified as? King Francis, the Glove and the Lion. What kind of a poem is this? What kind of a poem is this? How many of you will tell me this? Can anyone tell me what kind of poem? It is a ballad. It is a fearful scenario. So definitely nobody would have dared to go there. That is the reason the lion fight is described with so much of detail. Why? Because the lion fight is a key to understand that it's a terrible fight which will induce fear in the minds of the audience. Okay, so therefore we are going to go with the first option. It's a ballad. Very good. It's a ballad. All right, we move on to the next question. What is the main reason Martin feels uncomfortable in the elevator? What is the main reason that he feels uncomfortable? The main reason, there are many reasons, but the main reason. For that, you have to depend on your text. What is the main reason that he feels uncomfortable? What is the main reason Martin feels uncomfortable? Yes, I want the answer. Come on, all of you, pour in your answers. The elevator is too small. Very good. That is the answer. The elevator is too small. All of you should read your lessons thoroughly, line by line. See, today, again, the entire afternoon, evening you have. Do not waste your time. Just read your lessons line by line. And tomorrow you will see it's going to be a cakewalk for you if the lesson and poem is at your fingertips. Next question. What does Martin's father imply about him when he asked why Martin didn't take the elevator? That he should be more assertive, that he is physically weak, that he is a coward, all of the above. What did his father imply? Yes. For the 17th one, what are you going to write? For the 17th one. Yes, exactly. It's all of the above. All right, we move to the next one. How does Martin react when the fat lady enters the elevator? How does he react? Can you hear me? Yes. How does he react when he enters the elevator? Very good. It is the C option. He feels uneasy. The next one, what strange action does the fat lady take when she gets on the elevator with Martin? What does she do when she gets on the elevator? What does she do? Yes. Good. We move on to the next question. How does Martin feel after the encounter with the fat lady in the elevator? How does he feel? We already know what is Martin's reaction after meeting this lady. What was his reaction? He is very afraid. So we are going to go with the B option. What does Martin's father think about Martin's fear of the old lady? When Martin tells the thing, okay, about this lady to his father, so what was the reaction of the father? First of all, he tells that what is the reason to be so worried? Okay, now you are afraid of some old lady, some poor old lady. I mean, what is the reason? He thinks it is very unreasonable. So it is the B option. I hope all of you are clear, right? The B option. Very good. Good afternoon, those who are joining in. I hope all of you are there with me. Please pour in your reaction. Share this video as much as you can. And this MCQ practice is going to be the ultimate MCQ practice because all the lessons are covered. So I'm going to go really fast because we have to cover we are covering 100 MCQs today. Okay, good afternoon. Creative World, I don't know the name, but yes, good afternoon. Thank you for wishing me. All right, let's move on to the next question. How does Martin's fear manifest physically after the elevator incident? How does it manifest physically? He breaks his leg, if you remember, falling down from the stairs. That is how he breaks his leg. That is the manifestation of his fear. Due to the fear, what happens is he gets hurt. What does Martin feel ashamed of after speaking about the fat lady to his father? Okay, why is he so ashamed? Because he is afraid of an old lady. So that is the reason he is so ashamed. 24th one. What final action does the fat lady take that terrifies Martin? What does she do? She presses the stop button on the elevator, right? All of you agree with me? Please write agree if you agree. 24th one is the B one. A is which one? Dhairyashil. Okay, I'm sorry if I have pronounced it wrong. Okay, yes, B. Very good. All of you agree, right? Yes, 24th one is the B. Thank you for the members, those who have joined in. Mohit, thank you for being a member with the community for such a long time. And it's great that all of you are here today. And I hope all of you are really getting a lot of guidance. And do you think my channel is helpful? Please motivate me. Do you think my channel is helpful, guys? Okay. Yes, let's move on to the next question. We move on to the next question, which is the 25th one. What theme is prominent in Martin's experiences in the building? What theme is prominent? If you know the theme of the lesson is irrational fears of childhood. So we are going to go with the B option. Fear and isolation. Right? Now we move to the 26th one, haunted houses. What do the phantoms do through the open doors in Longfellow's poem? Through the open doors, they glide silently on their errands. Right? We move on to the next question. Is it clear, all of you? Thank you. Thank you. That's great. Okay. Yes, and we move on to the next question. Thank you for your kind words, everyone. It really inspires me, and I feel very motivated when you all pour in your all the appreciation. Thank you so much. I'll try to do my best to help all of you. Why does the poet call the house haunted? Why does he call it haunted? Because men who lived here have died, but their presence is still felt. That is the reason he calls it haunted. Not because it is really haunted, not because there are creepy noises, no, because it is filled with the memory of the loved ones. 28th one, which adjective is used to describe the phantoms in the poem? They are harmless. The 28th one is they are harmless. What do the spirits symbolize in the poem? Yes, 29th one. Let me know the answer. 29th one. What would you write? 29th one. 29th one is, what do the spirits symbolize in the poem? It is the B option. Memories and emotions associated with the dead. 30th one. What does the poet mean by world of senses? World of senses. See, there are two worlds in the poem. The first world, or it's not the first world, that what are the two worlds? One is the physical world, which is the world of senses, and the other is the spirit world. So, world of senses means a world of physical and tangible experiences. Right? I hope it is clear, all of you. And the next one, what is indicated by the phrase earthly mist and vapors? 31. Question number 31. Let me know the answer, what you think for this. Question number 31. Question number 31 is the obscurity of human emotions. No, question number 31 I'm asking. Yes? Yes, exactly. It's the B, the spirit's ability to blend into the physical world. Next question. How does the poet describe the mood of the poem? Here, which poem? It is the haunted houses. So, the mood is, yesterday I discussed, it's comforting, peaceful, and full of solace. Solace is again comfort. Next question. What is the rhyme scheme of the stanza discussing the moon? You have to open your textbook over here. What is the rhyme scheme? Please open your textbook, all of you. The haunted houses, and take out that stanza where you have the rhyme scheme. Yes? Can you all tell me? Regained his place means he comes back to his place. He goes and jumps into the lion pit, gets the glove. Now he comes and gets back into his seat where he was sitting. Okay, yes. Now we have the B option, exactly. A, B, A, B. What figure of speech is illustrated by bridge of light? Yesterday I had discussed this. Bridge of light. What is the figure of speech over here? Can anyone tell me? Somebody who had attended yesterday's session. No, King Francis was not envious of the count. He actually had feelings for the lady. He sighed for the lady who was with him. He was not envious. There's nowhere it is mentioned. So we're not going to be, hypothetical and think about all these things. Okay? Metaphor, very good. It's metaphor. Exactly. What does the perpetual jar in the poem symbolize? The perpetual jar in the poem. The endless nature of cravings and needs. That is the answer. Right? Haunted houses, yesterday I discussed that the perpetual jar refers to our limitless desires, materialistic desires. Next question. Why did the photographer not look at the narrator with enthusiasm? Why? Because of course he had ordinary features. His face was very simple and ordinary. So he was not interested. How did the narrator feel while waiting for the photographer? How did he feel? 37th one. Yes, let me see. 37th one, what would be your answer? Guys, do you think this session is being helpful? If yes, please. I want to see some reactions. Come on. I want to see some emojis coming here. Please don't be so serious. You need to also relax a little, all of you. If you think the session is helpful, I want some emojis from all of you. How did the narrator feel while he was waiting for the photographer? Yes, I want to know the answer. Tell me, how was he feeling? If you remember how he was seated, he was waiting for almost an hour, right? And he was not excited. No, I would not agree with that answer that he was excited and eager. He felt that, he had done something wrong. He felt that he had actually done something wrong. So can we go with B, annoyed and awkward? He was feeling awkward. So the B one is the answer. Okay, we move on to the next question. What does droop them a little more refer to? Positioning the narrator's ears. 39. What did the narrator think of the photographer's reaction to his face? What did he think about the reaction to his face? He agreed in the beginning when he said the face would be better 3/4 full. What did he say? I'm sure it would. I said enthusiastically. I was glad to find that the man had such a human side to him. So he agreed with the photographer in the beginning. He was patient and he agreed. Next question. How did the photographer try to improve his appearance in the photograph? He did it with his techniques. Physical adjustments and with all his techniques. Right? All of you agree? Okay, we move on to the next question. And here we see what was the narrator's view on the final image taken by the photographer. What was the narrator's view? Of course, he was shocked and he found it unrecognizable. He found the photograph completely different from his original self. What does the narrator mean by calling the image a worthless bauble? What does he mean when he says this? A worthless thing. Because a lot of things was done to the photograph, but at the end of the day, it did not serve any Purpose. So it is the first option, expensive but useless. Right? All of you agree? If you think it is, if you agree with the first answer, please write, all of you. But ma'am, how we will identify whether they are asking which? No, they will give you the line. No, they will give you the line. The question, no, see, the question was when it was suggested about his face in the very beginning of the lesson, when his face was talking, they were discussing his face in the second page of the lesson. No, that your face is a little too full. The photographer was not, the narrator was not irritated at that time. He was like, being very patient. That time he didn't realize that this man is going to really cross his limits. So that is the part of that answer. Glove and the Lions, Count Deloge, I had already told you, no, that he means he comes back to his place. That's all. When the first time when he sees the photograph, he is, of course, when he is called, no, on a Saturday to check the image of the photograph, of course he is very disillusioned. He feels that it is a completely different thing. He doesn't look at all similar. Photograph is expensive, it is not mentioned, but do you think he has done it for free? How many techniques did he use? He is using Selfie, Delphi, what all techniques he has used. Is he doing it for free? Didn't he put any effort behind that? That is your understanding, no? Didn't he use those techniques? So वो techniques उसने कैसे use किया? Of course he has, it is an effort from his end. So he has put a lot of effort. That is how it is expensive. See, Julius Caesar, if you want to attempt to, that's up to you. If you're thorough with it, definitely you can attempt. All right. I will continue with the MCQ. The doubts can be taken later on. Okay, next we move on to what was one criticism of the photographer's approach according to the narrator? What was one criticism? He was too focused on the technical aspects. What is the underlying theme of the story? Again, this is which lesson? The photographer. Importance of personal beauty, acceptance of one's originality, imperfections, value of photography, or need for technical skills. Of course, it is acceptance of one's originality and imperfections. We need to embrace our flaws. We can't hide and run away from it. Okay. Notice the underlined words and tick the option that best explains the meaning. What a thunderclap these words were to me. Can anyone tell me the lesson? I'm not going to reveal it. If you know your lessons thoroughly, you should be able to identify. Which lesson is this? Thunderclap? Can anyone tell me which lesson is this? What a thunderclap these words? Very good. It is the last lesson. It is the last lesson. So definitely we are going to go with unexpected. Of course, he did not expect this to happen. Okay. So it was an unexpected thing. When people are enslaved, as long as they hold fast to their language, it is as if they had the key to their prison. What does this mean? As long as they are attached to their language. Don't go so fast, you will get to your school in plenty of time. What does this mean? Don't go so fast. That means what? This boy was actually hurrying. So therefore we are going to go with the C option, that he was in a hurry. Next question, which of the following line has the same literary device from the poem? You catch a train on hill and plain from Delhi down to Burma. Now you have to see this line and then you have to see Which same literary device has been used in any of these options? So you have to basically connect the two literary devices. I'm going to leave it to you. Let me see how many of you can identify. From with this line, which option is getting matched? Those who are watching this video for the first time, new to the channel, please support this channel and subscribe. I always keep on posting a lot of relevant materials for ICSE and ISC as well, 11th and 12th. Okay, B1. Everybody's telling B. How B? You can catch his train on hill and plain from Delhi down to Burma. Is it possible to catch his train from Delhi down to Burma? No. So therefore it is a hyperbole, and a hyperbole is the C1. I am so hungry that I could eat a horse. Yes. Okay. 14th answer is B. And all of you should know what is the figure of speech over here. It is a hyperbole. Okay. We move on to the next one. What is the main concern Adjoa has about her communication with adults, particularly Nana? What is the main concern? They never understand her. They laugh at her. They often ignore her. Some are little related. So I think we can go with which one? 49th one. The most appropriate one is they never understand her. That's the reason they laugh at her. So that is the reason we'll go with C1. What is Nana's opinion about Adjoa's legs? They are too thin and long for a woman. Okay? All of you are clear till here? Great. Okay. Now we move on to the next question. In the next question, what do we see? In the next question, how does Adjoa feel about the discussions regarding her legs? She doesn't like it, right? She feels confused and frustrated when they discuss about her legs. What does Adjoa aspire to achieve regarding her education? What does she aspire to achieve? She wants to learn, to read and write. She enjoys her education. What does Adjoa's mother believe about education? That it is important for her future. If you remember that her grandmother was not interested in her education, but her mother wanted Adjoa to learn, to educate herself, right? Yes, so that's the reason we're going to go with this one. What event does Adjoa participate at her school? Those who know the story, very easy one. 55th one, I want the answer. Come on, all of you should tell me which is the answer for this. What was the event that she had participated? What was the event that she had participated? Okay. Sports competition. Very good. Sports competition. How does Nana react after Adjoa wins? She's proud and emotional. See, initially she never approved of Adjoa. She did not consider this girl seriously. But when she saw that the little girl had excelled in sports, she was very proud. What does Adjoa call the village where she was born? What does she talk about the village where she was born? What kind of a village was that? Yes. What kind of a village was it? It was a fertile land. Right? It was a fertile land. Okay. Those who are joining in, welcome all of you. I hope your preparations are going well. And this is a small initiative from my side to give you the maximum MCQ practice. And I'm going to tell you that this is the ultimate MCQ practice. Nobody's going to give you so many questions. Okay. And I hope I'm able to help all of you. The next one, what does Adjoa often hear from both Nana and her mother? What do they talk about? Of course, they have conflicting opinions about her education. What is a recurring theme in Adjoa's experiences with the family? What is the recurring theme? The importance of physical appearance, that physically she needs to look like a woman. She needs to have legs and hips, like, as if she should be strong enough to bear a child at such a tiny age. This is what she has been only considered about. Okay. Next, we move on to, what do great trees symbolize in the poem? Very easy. They symbolize strong, influential people. What happens to the small creatures when great trees fall? They become more active, they recoil into silence, they build new homes, or they sing songs. They recoil into silence, right? All of you agree? Okay, we move on to the next. What is meant by hurtful clarity? Awareness of a change after a loss. When great trees fall, I hope the poem is clear for all of you. If not, please go and listen to the explanation. See, I'll tell you once again that if you really want to nail your MCQs, you need to first listen to the explanation. So please go and listen to the explanation before you go with these practice questions. What trait does Brutus exhibit when he listens to Cassius's grievances in Act 4, Scene 3? Patience, arrogance, cowardice, humility. In that quarrel scene you're talking about, right? But first of all, question is, he calmly listens. So of course, first he was calm, but later on he becomes very angry. First he was calm, so we can go with patience. Initially he was patient, but later on he becomes very angry and arrogant. Okay, we move on to the next question. How do great souls impact our minds according to the poem? They inspire and shape our ideas. What does the poet mean by electric vibration? Electric vibration means a comforting feeling of renewal. Towards the end of the poem, there's a soothing electric vibration, which means a spark of life. Why does Maya Angelou compare feelings of despair to dark, cold caves? Somebody asked me also in the comment section that what is the meaning of dark, cold caves? It means it talks about loneliness and lack of affection. Somebody had asked me this question. I think I had answered also in the comments. Okay, then we move on to the next question. What effect does the death of great souls have on those around them? It leaves a vacuum in their lives. Now this is now see, if you have a question like this, it will be line specific. Towards the end of the poem, the effect is it inspires us to become better, but initially the death of great souls is it leaves a vacuum. Okay, what is the primary theme of the poem? When great trees fall. The inevitability of death and impact of loss. Primary theme. Okay. How does mourning affect our memory? It sharpens our memories of our loved ones. What does the poet suggest about time after a loss? Yes. Towards the end of the poem, what does he say? That time heals everything. Time changes everything, helping us to heal. The story, The Last Lesson, highlights the value of language as an essential part of culture and personal identity. Why did M. Hamel refuse to scold Franz for not having done his homework in the last lesson? Why? Because it was his last day. So that is the reason he did not scold him. So with this, we cover maximum questions from prose. Now we have a few questions from Julius Caesar. If you are enjoying the session till now, please give a thumbs up, all of you. And I'm going to start with the Julius Caesar section. And everybody, have you shared this link with your friends? Because many of you might be looking for the practice sessions. And I think if you get a practice session where everything is covered under one roof, it is tremendously helpful. So yes. All right. We move on to, thank you so much. We move on to Julius Caesar. So in Julius Caesar, choose the correct option. What does the soothsayer warn Caesar about? Of course, very easy, right? Ides of March. Who is the last to stab Caesar? It is Brutus. What does Brutus desire for Publius Cimber? What does Brutus desire just before the assassination? Just before the assassination. Brutus' desire for Publius Cimber. Who is Publius Cimber? B. He is requesting to repeal the banishment. So B is the answer. What does Antony predict will happen after Caesar's death? Civil strife and revenge. What does Brutus claim about his feelings towards Caesar? He loved Caesar. What does Cinna shout after Caesar's assassination? Liberty, freedom, tyranny is dead. I hope I'm clear with all of you. Right? Yes. All of you are here with me? Very good. What comparison does Caesar make about himself? Very, very important. Yesterday I covered this. He is like the northern star. He is the pole star. How does Brutus justify killing Caesar? It was for the love of Rome. A peevish schoolboy, worthless of such honor. What is the honor that he is referring to? The ninth one, I want the answer. Come on, all of you pour in your answers. Which honor is being referred to here? Which honor is being referred to? Exactly. Which honor is being referred to? Dying on Brutus's sword. Antony addresses Brutus and Cassius as traitors. Traitors or villains? What did he say? Traitors or villains? Act means like he acted for what? He acted on behalf of Rome. Though he loved him, but he acted on behalf of Rome. Okay? Yes. Brutus, if defeated, was contented to be led through the streets as a captive, was not contented to be led through the streets as a captive, would join hands with Antony and Octavius, would run away. Obviously, he was not contented to be led through the street as a captive. Right? He was not at all ready to become a prisoner of war. So he was not contented to be led through the streets. Which characteristic trait of Brutus is seen in Act 5, Scene 2? Act 5, Scene 2. Is he impulsive? Is he calm? Is he patriotic, or is he rational? Yes, come on, let me know the answers, all of you. Which trait? What was it? What actually happened in Act 5, Scene 2? What actually happened in Act 5, Scene 2? Do you all remember? It is impulsive. It is impulsive. He was very impulsive. He wanted to make a sudden attack. What message does Brutus give to Messala for Cassius? What message does he give to Messala? Come on, all of you, please give the answers. Let me see how much you all are prepared. See, let them set on at once. I perceive cold demeanor in Octavius's wing. What does the speaker mean by cold demeanor? Lack of enthusiasm. When Antony says, "These many shall die, their names are pricked," which trait of Antony is emphasized here? He is ruthless. Who speaks the following lines? What touches us shall be last served. Caesar. Antony compared Lepidus to a horse and an ass. Right? Who are ordered by Brutus to guard his tent? Is it Lucius and Titinius or Lucius and Pindarus? Come on, tell me the answer. 18th one. Yes, 18th one. Who are ordered by Brutus to guard his tent? Lucius and Titinius, right? Yes. So B is the answer. Brutus wants to give his opponents what? A sudden attack. Where does the famous quarrel scene take place? This will be in actually Brutus's tent, not garden. It takes place in Brutus's tent. Okay, so that's the end of the MCQ. All right, so I think that's a lot of practice that you got today. If you want to listen to this video again, it will be there on the channel. If you think you have joined in late, please don't worry. Listen to it once again and go through the MCQs once again. Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. And if you have any doubts, you can put in the comments. I will definitely clear that. All right. Yes. Thank you so much, all of you. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Please be positive. If you go confidently for the exams, you will come back with pride. and there's a lot of good wishes from my end. I'm sure it's going to, you'll nail it. Paper is going to be good, easy, comfortable, but don't waste your time. Okay, so please study nicely. All the best. Listen to the videos whenever you get time, explanations and anything. Thank you so much. Okay. Yes, how can it be PYQs? This is the new syllabus. Julius Caesar was there before many years. Okay, so some questions are from there. All of you should know this is the new syllabus, right? Okay, thank you. Goodbye, all of you, and have a great day and best of luck.